The early church honoured three famous martyrs who were deacons. One, the first Christian martyr of all, Stephen. Another, Lawrence, who was given exquisite treatment because he had, they thought, the purse, the main deacon of Rome under Pope Sixtus. And the saint of this day in Spain, Vincent. He's mentioned by the poet Prudentius and by St Augustine, who several times preached on him on his feast. And he gives us to understand that he's actually celebrated throughout the Roman Empire, and whenever you find the name Christian, he's there. Gregorian Sacramentary also has him, and the Roman Lectionary. And the date has always been this one. This, therefore, is the day when he suffered atrociously unto death at Saragossa. It was in Valencia that he actually died during the great persecution of Diocletian and Maximian. Now, as it happens, we have good historic details from the period. The Acts of the Martyrs describe his torments in some detail and recorded Vincent's speech to Dacian. He was the governor of Spain. The more I witness your fury, Dacian, the greater is my pleasure. Do not lessen in any way the sufferings you prepare for me, so that I can make my victory shine more resplendently. In the face of the indomitable courage of this martyr, the prefect in the end had to admit his defeat. It is a useless thing to struggle any longer. Take him to a bed so that he can be revived and cured. What was his surprise when this came from the martyr's lips? He refused to accept this concession. As a soldier fighting for God and His glory, he had no reason to live if he could not continue to witness to Christ. Now we remember that the root of witness is that of martyr. After enduring tortures that went beyond all human expectations, his soul went to God on this day in the year 304. As it happens, he has great veneration in Paris, in the ancient and famous church of Saint-Germain-des-Prés, which is an important liturgical centre now. The reason for that is actually historic, because it was either his stole or his tunic that ended up there in 531. Authors have over the centuries played on his name, indicating how Vincent, Vincenz, was conquering, being called to conquer even those who were trying to conquer him, and that his conquerors were conquered. Reading this took me back to student days, when I paused on my way back from the Angelicum to the Maryknoll College where I was living at the time, at what had been the headquarters of the Gestapo during the Nazi occupation of Rome. And under underneath, one can see actually the very dismal light, the windows that were allowed to come in. One can see the area where they too were given exquisite treatment. And I could, as I sat there on the wall and wrote these, almost hear again the groans and cries of humankind reduced to an ant and crushed. What silent cries yet echo in the air, where pain was great, where hating was all foul, with newly mastered mirth. For there, e'en there, in that dark nether cell, did demons prowl and truttle at a broken hominide, a morsel of a man, than which no fly was ever better crushed. For angels sighed hard by this little place that rent the sky. O souls now free from manifold device and engine of high hell, how well this noon do you this gloom recall? And when the vice of hardest pressing skill, the craved boon of will's unconquered snapping, did in turn by one more turn unveil, what did eyes learn?
Resta con noi, Signore, la sera. Resta con noi e avremo la pace. Resta con noi, non ci lasciar la notte mai più scenderà. Resta con noi, non ci lasciar per le vie del mondo, Signor. Resta con noi, non ci lasciar per le vie del mondo,